Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Monday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start talking first off about Strange World, which opened in cinemas last week, and well, it was a bit of a box office Thanksgiving turkey, pulling in just over 28 million globally. Massively down on normal Thanksgiving movies. I mean, we're talking normally like 100 plus million, maybe like for Frozen 2, things like this. It's still a lot less than Encanto last year, and that only had a limited run before it hit Disney Plus. I suspect we're going to be seeing something similar with Strange World, with it arriving on Disney Plus around the holidays. They've not officially said anything, but cinemas have been informed that's going to be the case, so expect an announcement probably in a couple of weeks. They probably want to try and get another good weekend or two of trying to get some money in, but the movie just really failed to just bring in people to the cinema. Now, I think there's a couple of reasons why Strange World has fallen at the box office hurdle. First off, the marketing. While I have seen trailers and posters and featurettes and interviews, and there's also been like world premieres, they've been doing a lot of the same stuff, but we've not been seeing a lot of like mainstream advertising on television. There's been bits and pieces here and there, but nowhere near what we would have expected for a movie of this type. There's no big like tie-ins in with like fast food chains or like big promotions or anything like that. Been very, very lackluster. Now, there's probably some good reasons for this. Disney probably were expecting this film not to do so well, so I think they actually pulled back on the advertising campaign. Maybe they're either saving money or putting it onto Avatar or Black Panther. That's the trouble when you're kind of sandwiching all these films in. You also got movies like The Menu, a host of other films that they're kind of pushing right now. But I suspect the early reaction to the film when they were showing it back in the summer, and just the reaction from the trailers and how people were like looking at it, they decided to pull back. So it's not a huge surprise. This movie might have ended up costing them good like maybe $140 to $150 million in losses because of the actual budget. Now, it does have ways of pulling that money back in through merchandise. There's not really a lot of merchandise out right now. Disney tends to hold off making merchandise until they know it's a success. They've been doing this for a while now. They just don't want to end up with piles and piles and piles of stuff that they've got to sell off. Not good for the environment, so actually it's probably better they do it that way. But there's also some other issues with this film. For example, it does have a gay main character, and that has meant that the film has not been released in a number of countries around the world. It has also put some families off going and watching it. I haven't gone and seen it this weekend because there wasn't that many showings at my local cinema, and then kind of like once it was out, I was like, well, I might as well just wait a couple of weeks and it's going to be on Disney Plus anyway. And people have kind of got used to doing that with cinema releases where you don't really have to wait too long. I think the recession, the cost of living crisis, all of this is having an impact on families going to cinemas, and even more so with these kind of films. It's just not a big event, a big spectacle. We've actually seen when most of the animated films been released in the last few years, they have not done that well at the box office. The only one that really kind of stands out was the Minions movie. But I also wonder how much of that was impacted by a load of teenagers dressing up in suits and going, and kind of it becoming a TikTok thing. So that might have had an extra boost to it. Plus, it was an established franchise. So yeah, so Strange World has not done very well. It kind of lines up with some other Thanksgiving films that have not done so well, like Treasure Planet and Home on the Range. But also, just generally, the film has had kind of mixed reviews and stuff. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't tell. I don't think it helped with the advertising campaign being very... It didn't really tell you what was happening. You didn't really have an idea of what the story was about. They go to a strange world. That's pretty much all you knew. But yeah, so Strange World has, just unfortunately just been a box office dud. Ultimately, I feel like Disney probably made the right decision in sending it to cinemas rather than sending it straight to Disney Plus, because they've been having a lot of bad publicity of if they sent a movie that had a gay character straight to streaming, that would have been looking good. They've also had a lot of problems as well with the overall view of looking down on animation films. If they sent it to streaming, it wouldn't have looked good. I think it's a little bit different with films like the upcoming Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. It's not in that same category as like a Disney classic animation. But are we going to see a little bit more of this? I don't know. It's also, I think as well, we've all been trained to wait a little bit, and then you can get to see it very quickly. But I'd love to know what you guys think of Strange World. Did you go see it over the weekend, or were you waiting for Disney Plus? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on from there, later this week, Disney's going to be holding a special event in Singapore, which is a Disney content showcase, which is going to be showcasing a load of new content coming from the Asia Pacific region. So we're going to be seeing lots of like new Korean dramas, hopefully some Japanese anime, some other documentaries and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this comes in. Obviously, we've seen what we did last year. They've made loads of new shows and movies and stuff, and they've all been coming to Disney Plus globally. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. There's also going to be a town hall event with Bob Iger talking to cast members later today. So that's going to give us an idea, hopefully, of maybe where he's going to be taking the company. Not expecting any major Disney Plus news. This is not about, it's just going to be more business side of things. So that should be interesting. And also today, with it being Monday, there was a couple of new additions of some holiday content that got added in the US, including Mickey Saves Christmas, a new stop motion animation short. There was also The Wonderful World of Disney Magical Holiday Celebration. Expect those to not be on Disney for too long. They tend to take them off. The Mickey Saves Christmas short is going to be coming to Disney Plus in Canada and in the UK at a later date. Not too long to go. But yeah, there's also going to be a new episode of Bleach later on today around the world and on Hulu in the United States. On that note, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.